So what actually happened? What's the Shoe0nHead drama? What the heck is going on? So basically what happened was this page announced that Shoe0nHead was going to be their new social media co-director. I can partially understand why they would want Shoe0nHead. Like, she's a populist, and she also has proven that she is able to build a rather successful social media platform. She has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and I think like almost 500,000 on Twitter. But this page announced that now they have hired Shoe0nHead, I assume, as their social media co-director. They're a very small page, only 600 or 700 followers. But the little problem is, if you scroll through what this page has been posting recently, it's mainly just like conservative bullshit. They've retweeted some stuff about the New York Young Republican Club winning. They've retweeted this, the Bobby Levy guy, who's also now working on their team. It's called, "We do a little fighting back against the tyrants. Stop the mandates COVID 1984 with a person wearing," I guess this is him, with Reagan Bush 84. Hold on. So now they're retweeting a bunch of this shit too. So yeah, they're retweeting some left-leaning stuff also. But people are bringing this up. People are getting really mad. And the thing is I think that people, they look at this and the initial reaction is, this is grifting. This doesn't look like this aligns at all with what Shoe0nHead claims to believe in, yet it appears that she is being paid to bolster this page that, although it claims to be populist, is sharing a lot of far-right bullshit. I don't think this is exposing anyone, and I don't really even know if this exposes Shoe0nHead as a grifter or something. This is just what populism is. It's this kind of bullshit. Historically, what populism looks like, it is the belief that you can work with the far right, the far left, and sort of unite against this hatred of the elites. But this is one-dimensional thinking, because it's very, very focused on the present day. Right now, Shoe0nHead's probably thinking, after my discussion with her, this is my best guess, Shoe0nHead's probably thinking something along the lines of, let's just get as many people as possible fucking hating the elites. I don't care if they're anti-vaxxers. I don't care if they're far-right people. I don't care. Let's just get as many people as possible that are against the elites. And at first, I can kind of get that, because it's like, you know, she believes the elites are super bad and super evil and the establishment must go, yada, yada, yada. So the most people against that, the better. But even for her own ultimate ideology, this wouldn't actually be successful. Let's say, hypothetically, you team up with some far right-wingers, some far left-wingers, you get them all together, they're all like, you know what? I hate the elites, I hate the elites, and I hate the elites. Great. They all overthrow the current establishment, yada yada. Now, the first goal has been met, right? Which is to challenge the establishment, fight against the quote-unquote elites. Now, the ambiguity there is also concerning, but we'll talk about that secondly. So now, hypothetically, you've thrown over the current establishment. Well, now it's time to establish a new system, a new setup, right? Well, now what's going to happen? Suddenly, there are no more elites to hate on, and suddenly, turns out that the far right-wingers, they don't really want Jews in their new society. As far as they're concerned, the Jews are the elites, oftentimes. And suddenly you're going to have an issue here. A serious ideological divide. Because you cannot base everything on a hatred of the elites. What's going to happen, if we want to learn from history, the left will most likely be too internally divided. This is what happened when Mussolini rose to power. The left was too internally divided to respond adequately to the fascist uprising, and they lost. So what would happen here is you might rise up against the elites, but once that's all said and done, the next step is your head on the chopping block. The right will take power. They tend to win when fighting for power as well. Populism, political program or movement that champions or claims to champion the common person, usually by favorable contrast with a real or perceived elite or establishment. There's an academic debate on how to categorize the concept. Is it an ideology, a style, a discourse, or a strategy? But across these debates, researchers tend to agree populism has two core principles. It must claim to speak on behalf of ordinary people. These ordinary people must stand in opposition to an elite establishment. All right, that makes sense. These two core principles are combined in different ways with different populist parties, leaders, and movements. The ambiguity of the term the people and the elite mean the core principles of people-centrism and anti-elitism can be used for very different ends. This is a very succinct way of summing up another issue with populism and kind of what I was getting at earlier. Because of the ambiguity of these terms, when you're talking about rising up against the elites, well, depending on who you ask, the elites could vary. Some people might think that's the president. There are plenty of people I know think it's the Jews. These core principles can and they will be used for very different ends. Bernie Sanders had some populism elements, but he was using that to talk about the elites in the sense of the uber wealthy, right? Donald Trump had some populism elements to be anti-immigrant, to say that we Americans, America first, our people, we need to protect each other. These can be used for very different ends, and that ambiguity there is key because it allows left-wingers and right-wingers to temporarily work together, but ultimately it will end badly for the left-leaning people, for minorities. That's just how it be. But yeah, that's the Shoe0nHead drama. People are acting like this is some big exposed thing. This is not exposing anything. This is just populism brain rot right here. That's all this is. So we'll have to stay tuned, see what happens with this page. But I have a feeling we're in for a roller coaster. Looks like we got a update from Shoe0nHead. It sounds like Shoe0nHead said that she was only part of it for like 2 days and then she quit. She said that sure she would help out. Didn't realize. I guess it sounds like maybe she wasn't sure. Well, okay. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified when I drop a new video.